Hello, good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy Faisal Billions, and today I'm going to break down this gold trade that I took on Wednesday. 1:10, or yeah, one almost 1:11 risk to reward, and you can see it started on what Wednesday, and it hit TP on what on Thursday. That is just 1 day trade. It took 1 day for it, let's say almost 2 days. So this is as a what swing trade. And let me teach you how I was able to get this trade. Let me delete it and we'll break it down one by one. And my strategy goes like this. First of all, you need to go to your what 1 hour time frame. And let's go to our 1 hour 1 hour time frame. And let's go to our what 1 hour time frame. This is a session what strategy. So when you go to your 1 hour time frame, mostly it will be on the what? The session. Which session are you good at trading, or which session is your time zone on? And most of we Africans, our time zone is on what? London session. And if your time zone is not on London session, then most of you will be asking, how will I know whether this session is London or New York? Let me teach you. Okay. Go to your what? Indicators. When you go to your indicators, search for this indicator, FXN, Asian Session Range. FXN, Asian Session Range. You search for that indicator. That's the indicator I'm using, and you can see if you see A here, that's Asian Session. L here, that's London Session. And there is N over 2, which is what? New York. You can see N over here, which is what? New York. And let me teach you how I was able to catch that trade. And my strategy is simple. First of all, you go to your 1 hour time frame. Look for what? A session liquidity sweep. And you should note the sweep should be what? Week to week sweep. After that, you scale to your 5 minutes time frame. Mark the high that caused the sweep. And you set your limit order there and wait for a retest, and market will take you into your direction. And let's say this was on what? Wednesday. So let's mark it out. This was on what? Wednesday, 12 o'clock. That was midnight on Wednesday. Wednesday midnight. So you can see this was on what? Asian session. And I was awake at that time. So let me take this thing back and I'll show you how I was able to catch it. And you can see when I say go to your what? 1 hour time frame, wait for a what? Session sweep. Week to week sweep. And you can see this was a week, and this week what? Sweep it. You take your what? Your horizontal ray and you mark it out. You can see. So after that, you can close this one so that you can see it very well. So after you mark your what? Week to week sweep, you scale to your what? 5 minutes. We scale to your what? 5 minutes time frame. So after you scale to your 5 minutes time frame, you mark the low that caused the what? The sweep. After you scale to your 5 minutes time frame, you mark the low that caused the what? The sweep. And looking at this, which one caused the sweep? You can see is this place that caused the what? The sweep. After you mark the high or low that caused the sweep, you set your what? Your limit order. Wait for market to break out it and retest. After you set your what? Limit order there, you wait for market to break out. And you can see this was a break and a retest. So from there, I target a low over there, which is what? New York. There was a New York down here. Where is it? Okay. There was a New York over here. So I was targeting that one. I was targeting it. Okay. So I was targeting it, which gave me a 1 is to 10. And I was okay with it. But you would have targeted, which will give you 1 is to 16. And let's see. And you can see it mitigated on what? On Thursday. This was how I was able to catch this 1 is to 10 simple trade. And if I was patient to target the New York low, I would have been having what? 1 is to what? 16. 1 is to 16 risk to reward with this simple trade. With this what? Simple trade. And that doesn't mean after you are targeting this, you cannot be taking trade. Let me go back to your 1 hour to the 1 hour time frame, and you see the number of trade we will be able to take. You see, somebody will say, no, it did not mitigate it. It has mitigated it over here. After you set your limit order, wait for a breakout and a retest. This was the one when you see we were having a you can see this was the high, this was the low that caused the sweep over here. And you can see we mark it out. Market did what? Market breakout. It break out with what? A candle, a red candle. And it what? It retests back to the zone. It retests back to the zone. It rally down, giving us what? 1 is to 16 risk to reward. And let's go to the 1 hour time frame again. This was a what? A London session. And the London session, look at over here. The London session, look at over here. What can you see? Week to week what? Sweep. You can see there was a what? Week to week sweep over here. And let me close the indicator and you'll see it very well. You can see it over here. And that was the what? A London session. So after that, you skip your 5 minutes time frame. So when you skip your 5 minutes time frame, you also look for the high or low that caused the what? The sweep. And looking at this one, which high that caused the sweep? You can see it's this high that caused the what? The sweep. After that, you set your what? Your limit order. You just set your limit order like this. If you want, you can target this low. If you want, you can target this low. But mostly, I prefer you to target this low. And this one, you don't need to be greedy. You are not trading in direction with the one you are having. So you need to target reasonable risk to reward like 1:3 or 1:3.5. You can see this is a counter trend, a counter trend. You are not trending in direction with the other one you are having. So you need to target reasonable risk to reward like 1:3, 1:3.5. But if this trade was going in direction with your what? Your first trade, you have what? Target it to the other low. Let's look at New York too.
So that was how I was able to catch this 1:10. But if I was having the patience, I would have able to try 1:16. You can see it. Simple. I did not even stress on the market. I just came and I do my analysis and I got my trade and I left. And mostly when it gives you on this Asian session like that, bro, you need to target what? New York. When there's New York low over there, always target it. And you can see this place too. You will be able to get a trade over there. This strategy is very simple. You can see week to week sweep over here. You can see week to week sweep over here. Week to week sweep over here. And let's narrow down. You can see somebody will say it has not sweep. Look at it very well. It has sweep. And you what? Narrow down to your what? 5 minutes time frame. After you narrow down to your 5 minutes time frame, you look for the same thing. I'm just showing you how I was able to catch this on gold. People will say gold is not for beginner. Gold is not for beginner. This strategy, if you are able to master it, gold will be your what? Your friend. And you can see, this was the low that caused the what? The sweep. Look at it over here. And even if you mark this place as the low that caused the sweep, you would have been able to get a what? A trade. You can see. And after that, you set your what? Your limit order, whether here or here. But me, looking at it over here, I've been trading this strategy for a long, and you can see this is the low that caused the sweep. And you set your what? Limit order over here. You can see. And you target New York low. If there is New York over there, in the low, in the down there, if there is New York, you target it. And there was a New York low over here. Whenever I get to 1:10, it doesn't bother me again because that's what I needed. So imagine if you were to be in the market, this was on what? Mitigated on what? The same Wednesday, 26. This one what? On Thursday. Imagine it mitigated on what? Wednesday, and it hit TP on Thursday. It hit TP. It also hit TP on what? Thursday. This one hit TP around this place, which is Thursday, 4:40 or 4:30. And this one, it mitigated on what? Thursday, 1:45, and it hit TP on Thursday, 8:10. So this one, look at this one. It took only 1 day for you to get 1:16. So this is how I was able to catch this wonderful trade on wonderful trades on gold. So if you like this video and you want me to be posting this strategy until you master it, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and also what? Drop a comment. I'll be breaking this strategy down for you so you understand it. And if you also want one-to-one mentorship, you can put it on the comment section. You'll see how we will sort things out.